Alright, very important step right here. Got the new plugs. Get yourself a can of anti-seize. I bought this can 22 years ago and it's still probably half full, and I use it on everything. You don't want these plugs to basically get too hot and bake themselves into that aluminum head, and a little bit will do you. Just put a little bit on the spark plug, and I'm a little anal, so I just take my finger and kind of roll it around. Keep it off the tip, keep it off the very end, and that should do you right there. Just make all 4 plugs like that and you're good to go. Alright, that same little trick I showed you guys on how to get the plug out, the same way I'm going to put it back in. Put that plug on the end of that hose, drop it down into the cylinder, finger tight. See that? If you can turn it 3 times by your bare hands, it's not cross-threading. So you just want to turn that until it stops, pull the rubber hose off, go to the next plug, do the same thing, drop it in there until it gets to the center, kind of feel the threads, and then just spin it in. If you put spark plugs in with a socket wrench, or even crazier, an air tool, you get those threads wrong, you're going to make a mess. You cross thread them, you might as well just kiss that head goodbye, and you're talking just, it's too much effort, too much work. So once you get these things turned in, and we're going right down to the bottom, you know, the hose will stop turning and it'll come off. You know, everything's all nice. Then you take your socket wrench and your torque wrench and you torque them down to factory specs, which we're going to have to get the book out here in a second and take a look. That's how you put your plugs in. Safety. It takes a little bit longer, but you don't have a problem with damaging your head. Alright, I special ordered the gasket, so it took a day to get it in. I went with the Valve Cover Gasket. I like the Valve Cover Gasket over just your cheap imitation ones. And all it does, you just line it up, set it in, and I mean, it's an exact perfect fit. You can go to the dealership and pay some money for a gasket. This one was only 16 bucks shop cost. I don't know what the retail street value is. See how that sits in there real nice? And then you get your little rings in here for your spark plug, and that's going to keep the oil from going down in, like you saw that number 3 cylinder that was just coated with oil. So we're going to let this sit in the sun and just kind of fit in there, and then we're going to drop it in the motor, and we're good to go. Alright, we're almost done. Got the valve cover back on, gasket's all installed. All we got to do is torque down the remaining bolts, put your coil packs back on the spark plugs, and once we get the coil packs back on the spark plugs, we'll fire this thing up and check for leaks. So we're about 95% done. Really pretty simple job. I got the valve cover all buttoned up. Now we're just going to put the spark plug coil packs back in, put them right back in the same place we took them out. Want to make sure you get that nice little squishy snap feeling when you put them on, and tighten them down and put the wires back on. Next step, we're going to put the wires on, a little wire rail. Got the slide on in there, and these are easy. You just line them up, push them on till they click. 2, 3, and 4, and then just tighten up those 2 bolts that hold it on, and we're good to go. Ready to start the car and see how it runs. Finished product. 1 valve cover, spark plug, and we even did a AC recharge. What we're doing inside here. Oh yeah, that's cold air. Doesn't get any colder than that. Not for a Toyota anyway. Some of them Fords and Chevys, they'll pump out some ice cold air. Finished job. One of the coolest things I picked up, 30 bucks at the Home Depot. Ryobi laser sensor. 47 degrees coming out of that AC vent. That's pretty cold. Doesn't get no better than that. That's some cold air. You know what? It's only been going for a few minutes and my legs are freezing. Alright. That's good.